Yes, very good school. Yes. All right. Well.
Thank you, Anna, and all the
Thank you
best
so
to you.
much.
Best of luck.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll agree that was a nice way to start a meeting. We'll now move on to public comments on agenda items. Anyone who wishes to speak on other topics will have a chance to do so later in the meeting. When it is your turn to speak, please state your full name and address for the record. And as a reminder, each speaker is limited to 4 minutes and may only speak once per public comment portion. Luis Lopez.
Good evening, Burlington County freeholders is known as the commissioner. I love saying that. I have 4 questions and a suggestion. H2, 10, 14, and the last one is H34,
Which one was the last one, Luis?
34.
34?
Yeah. And a suggestion for I8.
Let's start you off with question on H2. What is your question?
What kind of, can you clarify more about this?
Yeah, if you'll notice, there are several items like this, and I think our CFO is still here. She can correct me if I'm wrong. These are items that were not included in our county budget because they're grant funded, and we didn't have the grant money at the time. Now that we've been awarded the grants, this money has to be added into the budget, and that resolution does that.
Okay.
How did I do, CFO? Thank you very much. Page 14,
10 and 14.
10, oh, I'm sorry. It's just what it says, it's for various county departments to purchase healthcare supplies, Luis.
Okay.
Okay?
Anything like face masks, some kind?
I don't know, is Dr. Conaway here? I'm not sure if it was, do you have any idea, Doctor, what these?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
In our agenda, it's a authorization to purchase healthcare supplies and equipment from JML Medical during the calendar year for various county departments.
For various county departments, we don't buy for various county departments out of the health department.
Oh, okay.
We have been purchasing equipment for the animal shelter of the most, so it might be related to that, but those are animal shelter supplies. We had to, when we switched over from our contracted veterinarian to an in-house veterinarian, some of those supplies that were originally purchased or provided to us through that contract, we now have to do the purchasing for those supplies. So that's where that is, and I have to say, it's been difficult finding with contractors to meet, to bid, because they're escalating their prices because of what's going on in the economy and supply, so it's difficult to get people to bid because they want to raise their prices inside of a contract year, which we don't do.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Doctor. Okay, Luis, H 14, that's just provision for entering into an agreement on election reporting software for a contract for 36 months.
What's SOE, what's that stand for? Oh, yeah, oh, the entertainment?
No, that's the name of the company.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
And page 34. It's another grant, and it's an MOU for a period from September 1st, 2022 to May 31st of 2023 with Applied Research Associates, Inc. And it's to help, just as it says in there, to strengthen the disaster preparedness and recovery for our public safety department.
And can I give a suggestion for an I, for a letter I?
Sure.
I suggest Randy Hoffman for that I.
Randy Hoffman,
Yes, thank you.
you're welcome. Do we have anybody else for questions on agenda items? No questions? Okay. Seeing none, I'm closing this portion of comment period. I would like to make a motion to approve resolutions H1 through H16 for unanimous consent.
Second.
Motion by O'Connell, seconded by Hobson. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Commissioner Pulliam.
Thank you, Director. I would like to propose to move forward for approval resolutions H17 through H28 by unanimous consent, please.
Second.
Motion by Pulliam, seconded by Hobson. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Commissioner Eckel.
Thank you, Director. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolutions H29 through H42 for unanimous consent.
Second.
Motion by Eckel, seconded by Hobson. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Commissioner Hobson.
Thank you, Director. I'd like to move with unanimous consent H43 through H59.
Second.
Motion by Hobson, seconded by Eckel. Any questions? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Since Commissioner Singh is not here with us tonight, I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution H60 for unanimous consent.
Second.
Motion by O'Connell, seconded by Eckel. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. We'll now move on to the nomination and election of a member for the Pinelands Commission for an unexpired 3-year term effective August 11th, 2022 to December 12th, 2023. I'd like to nominate Douglas Wallner. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I'll close nominations. Please vote by name. Erin, please conduct a roll call.
Commissioner Eckel,
Name is read.
Commissioner Hobson,
Name is read.
Deputy Director Pulliam,
Names is read.
Director O'Connell.
Name is read. Thank you, Erin. I'm now looking for nominations for the Homelessness Trust Fund Task Force for a 1-year term effective August 11th, 2022 to December 31st, 2023. Do I have any nominations?
Yes, Director, I'd like to make a nomination. The following I would like to nominate for the Homeless Task Force: Claudine Archer, James Codiani, Barry Conaway, Holly Cozella, Holly, Mark Harding, Bill Harris, Jennifer Hyros, Joyce Howell, Sharon LeCompte, Marge McGinley, Malika Morris, Samar Rudd, Sherla Simpson, Madeline Sutton, and Darlene Trackier.
Thank you, Commissioner. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I'm closing the nominations. Please vote by name. Erin, please conduct the roll call.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question first? Did you state the term?
The Director did.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner Eckel,
Yes, names as read.
Commissioner Hobson,
Names is read.
Deputy Director Pulliam,
Names is read.
Director O'Connell.
Names is read. Do we have any questions from the media this evening? If not, we'll now begin public comment on non-agenda items. Reminder, each speaker is limited to 4 minutes and may speak only once per public comment portion. When it is your turn, please state your full name and address for the record. Luis Lopez.
Thank you. I just had two suggestions. First is, I would like to get your help, I would at least attend one meeting of the Burlington County Bridge Commission. I hope you could do that possible this year, at least one meeting. I can go to see how it goes, you know, to see how, you know, what's going on, you know, a regular meeting, like this one. Wonder if you could help me, you know, set up, you know, where to be, you know, just in time to see how it goes. That one this year. And has there been any changes on truck tonnage over the bridge since the last meeting?
Over what bridge?
Like kind of bridges, no changes?
Not that I'm aware of, Luis.
And one with the, are there any changes on with the Burlington County Health Department? Any changes? Like, or like, you know, like monkeypox or, you know, COVID-19 that has been being dropped? Or it's still the same?
No, it's still the same. Obviously, we're still dealing with COVID with the Omicron version. Monkeypox is there, and you've seen the stories on the news. Doctor, I don't know if you've heard his story, you wondered if there was any kind of an update from the health department.
Luis, you had, well, monkeypox is circulating, unfortunately, in our country. It has become a worldwide problem, as announced by World Health, and certainly our own countries has put forward an emergency, stated this is an emergency, and people are advised to be careful about their activities and contacts. The same precautions that you would take during COVID apply to monkeypox. And we have had just a couple of individuals who've come into our department for vaccination, but right now, the supply of vaccination for the nation is not adequate to the task, but they're working on it.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Luis.
Thank you.
Michael Tana?
One of the things I want to follow up on,
We need your address.
24 Westminster Drive, Southampton Township.
Thank you.
I brought up the subject of possible, some sort of a program for tuition for Burlington County residents going to Rowan College. I haven't heard anything about it.
I think the reason you haven't heard anything about it is because there hasn't been a proposal yet to put forth to anybody to let anyone know. It's obviously an interesting idea. The thing is we'd have to figure out the funding for the school, and how that would work. And those discussions just haven't taken place yet.
In 4 or 5 minutes, I didn't get time to finish it up that night. It's gonna take about 20 minutes, not 4 or 5 minutes, but we'll let that go. Evidently, you're thinking about it.
Well, can you share it with us in an email, or
Pardon?
could you share your thoughts with us, say, in an email?
Well, one of the things I mentioned, their tuition income is about 19 or 20 million a year, I think. But that includes students from outside the country, students from outside New Jersey, students from outside the county, and students that wouldn't qualify for a tuition program. And you cut that down, it comes down to a couple million a year or even less. Starting out the program, it'll be very small for the first 3 years and will grow gradually up. But I see no reason why something can't be worked out, because in the beginning, the county contributed quite a bit of dollars to the students at Burlington County College in the beginning for a number of years. And that was the whole thing for having a community college that became affordable for the students of Burlington County. And I think if you put restrictions on it, and residency and other restrictions on it, and maybe an income limit of $100,000 a year, I think you could work it out starting a program like that. Okay. Number two, the Pemberton Township Historic Trust would like to have a meeting with the director and Commissioner Eckel, if possible sometime.
I'm sorry, Dad, could you give that to either our PIO or the name of the group you would like us to meet with,
Okay,
okay?
all right, thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Tam. Nice to see you again. Jeff Fortune?
Good evening, Commissioner Pulliam, Director O'Connell, Commissioner Hobson, and Ms. Zacher. I'm here today representing the Republican County Committee
Excuse me,
members.
Mr. Fortune, can we get your address for the?
Oh, yes, sir,
That's okay.
absolutely. 96 Westbrook Drive, Morristown.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm here today representing the Republican County Committee members of the Legislative District 12. By not responding to an open request and providing their names, you are disenfranchising them from choosing their next state assemblyman. When Assemblyman Ron Dancer unfortunately passed away, the county committee members from his district had a limited number of days to select his replacement. They are meeting tomorrow to have that vote, but only county committee members on the official county committee list provided by the county clerk are eligible to vote. Of the 4 counties that are part of the 12th district, only Burlington County has been incapable of providing that list. Only Burlington County. And that's unacceptable. I know deadlines don't matter to you. And you just appoint people whenever you feel like it. But the rest of us have to play by the rules. These things matter. It is inexcusable that your administration and the clerk, Joanne Schwartz, are withholding this information that is vital. It is vital to tomorrow's meeting where Assemblyman Dancer's successor will be selected. Commissioners, I'm asking you, before leaving this building tonight, you should respond. I repeat, you should respond to the open request and provide the list of current county committee members. Otherwise, you are disenfranchising, once again, these voters and robbing them of the opportunity to have a voice in their state representation. I implore you to consider this tonight. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Fortune. Do we have anybody else for public comment? Yes, sir. Can we just get your name and address for the record, please?
Randy Monk, 3 Winding Way, Mount Holly. For the last 15 years, I've been working at Morristown Mall. That means I've been getting off the bus right across the street 5 nights a week. Several times over the last 15 years, I've gotten off the bus, there's been someone standing there. He's just been released from the county jail in the last hour and a half. He has a bus ticket, one-way bus ticket in his hand. Been 2 cases I know of. The gentleman was not from this county. He has no real idea how to use that bus ticket. Is there a reason why the county jail is releasing prisoners after dark? And is there some way that prisoners that are not from this county, could they be held over till the next morning and released at 8 o'clock in the morning? They still have their one-way bus ticket out of time, but they'd have 8 hours of sunlight to figure out how to use it.
This is the first I've ever heard of it, sir. Could you give our office,
Okay,
PIO,
thank you.
the information?
Yeah, I'm bringing this up because it's not, I've had this happen 4 or 5 times. I got off the bus and I went into this guy standing right there trying to figure out how to get out of town at 9:30 at night.
Okay, and the man was released in the evening, you said?
That's what they've claimed in several cases. They're standing right by the bus stop. It's 9:30 and he's trying to figure out a way to get out of town with this thing. He's not from the county in 2 cases I know of.
Okay, yeah, please. give your
Thank you very
information. Thank you very much. Do we have anybody else for questions or public comment? Seeing none, we'll close. We'll close this portion of the public portion of the meeting and go on to comments by commissioners. Commissioner Eckel?
Thank you, Director. I just wanted to remind everyone that the Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst Regional Compatibility Study is still accepting feedback from the public. Or especially if you're in the towns around the base, there is an online survey with a GIS map, so you can take a look at different levels of the facility and the parkland and everything around it. There's a link, I believe, on our website. There is also a link on the Ocean County website. They're leading the study in partnership with us. So just a reminder to residents that we do want your feedback about, on that survey about issues surrounding the base and what it means to be their neighbor. Also, kudos again to the Farm Fair Committee for a great farm fair this year. I know it was really hot, and I feel like everyone had a great time. And thanks to the county personnel who did work out at the farm fair, and they did an excellent job as well. I got to tour the medical tent, and the emergency management folks in there were doing a great job. There's a few other things I think that my colleagues will mention coming up on Sunday and in August, the month of August. So I hope that we'll give shout outs to those. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hobson?
Thank you so much. Just a few quick updates. Restaurant Week starts Sunday, August 14th. But equally important, Sunday, August 14th is also Eve Cullinan, our county administration's
Happy belated birthday to you.
Way to throw it back. Also, I'd like to say congratulations to all of the women who won for the 2022 Outstanding Women Awards. So we put out our press release today, so all of the winners have been contacted, so we look forward to celebrating them in September. So congratulations to all of the winners. We're excited for them, and we look forward to celebrating them in September. And lastly, I would like to just make note that Burlington County is hosting a breastfeeding summit. The breastfeeding summit is for new and expecting mothers, and it will be held this Thursday coming August 18th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Burlington County Amphitheater. So if you know of anyone who's looking for information, or you want to share this information with your family and friends, your neighbors, your church members, please do so. It is free to the public. Thank you everyone for coming out to our meeting, and please stay safe.
Thank you,
Those are
Commissioner.
my comments.
Deputy Director Pulliam?
Thank you, Director. First of all, I want to start off like I always do, thanks to all the directors, our heads, for everything they do every day for us, and continue to help out the residents. I really appreciate all the work that you guys do. I know you don't get a lot of pats on the back all the time, but I really do appreciate, you make us all look good, and I appreciate that very much. Second, I want to give a shout out to Mary Pat. My wife and I decided to visit the Ag Center, and it's been a while since we've been through the festivities out there, and it was nice to see Mary Pat on hand. Mary Pat, you do a great job out there. Really, really great for the residents. I got an opportunity to stop and talk to some people, and they really enjoy coming there. You have people that come there every week. I got my fresh groceries there this time, so some of the farm goods were excellent. And the peaches were great. Too bad I missed it all. But it was a nice event. One thing I do want to say that I completely didn't have a clue. There's a beautiful house there on site, and they run a lot of different food activities, cooking. Of course, everybody knows I'm in the kitchen just about every other hour that I'm at home. And I did not know that place is rented out. If you haven't had an opportunity to go in and check it out, I urge you to do so. It's a great venue for family events. It's, Mary Pat, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she said $40 an hour to rent the whole house, and I think $30 an hour for the kitchen, or do I have that reversed?
The rate is $30 an hour if you're doing an educational program. If you want to have your family reunion there, what we've done is we've rented out the entire for $70?
For $70 an hour, yeah. And believe me, I've been out there a long time looking at rentals for functions, and $70 an hour for that house and kitchen is a steal. So, once again, thank you so much for everything you do out there. Thanks to everybody that comes out, to these meetings. It's nice to see, you here and sharing your opinions, and I do appreciate that, and I know the board does too. Be safe, stay cool, and thanks again for coming out.
Thank you, Deputy Director. Yeah, as far as our Burlington County Restaurant Week next week, these are one of the quintessential small businesses in our county. Please go out and patronize these places. We tried to move this to August when it's a little bit slower, and I noticed a couple of my favorite restaurants that weren't on last time are on this time, and I'm looking forward to going out myself. We're also gonna have another food distribution event on August 20th from 10 o'clock till noon in West Hampton. Please let anyone you know who may be food insecure about that. And the county is partnering with our Sheriff's Department and Senator Troy Singleton on our backpack and school supply drive. That's gonna end next Thursday. I believe the backpacks can be dropped off at any of our county libraries. And for all kinds of information on events, things that I'm talking about, as well as my fellow commissioners, please go to our social media and our website. It's packed with information for you and your families, and we want you to know what's taking place in the county and what you folks can do to enjoy yourselves. I too would like to thank everybody who takes the time to come here and even if they're just sitting in the audience, but take time to come to the meeting and address us. And having said that, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hobson, seconded by Eckel. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.